Less maintenance, more freedom, and a home that fits how you actually live now. But where do you even start? Sharilou Zister is a realtor with eXp Realty in Kitchener. And Sharilou, for people who are starting to think about retirement, and this isn't necessarily even people who are already retired and really need to drastically downsize, but for people who are just thinking about simplifying their lifestyle, what are some of the first things they need to be thinking about?
Well, it's a very large area to discuss. First of all, you have to think about what your lifestyle is when you are wanting to retire or simplify your life. The first things that I would think about is what is that lifestyle that you want to go into? Do you want to simplify your life? Do you want to spend more time at the cottage or away on holidays? Do you want to spend more time with your grandchildren or with family? The other consideration is most of the times when you retire, you go down to a fixed income. So looking at what your income is and what you want to achieve as you even progress longer into your retirement or even into estate planning. This actually gets into a little bit of estate planning as well, as far as in your future. The other things I would look at is starting to declutter or what type of home you want to be in.
So I guess is step one really a lot of really actually sitting down and writing this out, making a list. Where do we want to be? How much time do we want to spend in each place or something like that?
Yes, whether you are still with your spouse or whether you are single at that time, it is actually really a self-reflection to where you want to be, what you want your life to look at when you have that freedom after you have worked your whole entire life, and now you have this freedom to be able to enjoy. So, what is your big picture?
Yeah, and that's a big decision.
It is a very big decision. It actually sometimes takes people a long time. They may have this vision of what it is, but when it certainly comes down to it, that may change, right? So it's taking a look at what you really want.
And do you often see that where people maybe have always thought, when I retire, I'm going to live here or do this, but then when the time comes, they're like, actually, that's not in the cards. That's not what I'm feeling now.
That's right. That's right. Things change, right? And you have different paths, and as long as you are willing to change what those paths were, that retirement milestone can actually be quite exciting for you.
Great. Okay, let's talk about what is available for people right in Waterloo Region, the area where you primarily work. It is a booming city. There's lots happening here. But
Yeah.
what kinds of options are available for people who maybe are in, the 3, 4 bedroom home and are looking for that next step to downsize?
We are actually very fortunate in Kitchener Waterloo and our surrounding areas, even our smaller towns, have senior living communities. There is going down to a condo. There is going down to a bungalow, a little bit smaller, a little bit easier to keep. We have senior lifestyle communities throughout, not just in Kitchener Waterloo, but Cambridge and St. Jacobs and New Hamburg and St. Agatha and all around here. We are just very, very fortunate. We also have several facilities that are life leases, which is another concept that I'm more than willing to sit down and talk about. So we have many, and we actually have senior apartments that if you still want to live on your own. So we have many, many different facilities as well as the retirement homes that everybody just associates that's what this is.
Right. Do you find that there seems to be now with the people you're working with two moves, or is it really one? So what I mean by that is the downsizing goes directly into more of a retirement community where there might even be some care available, or are people saying, I'm leaving the house, we're going to a condo, and then we go more to the quote unquote seniors community.
I'm finding that it's a process, that they're doing a path. So they've got the big, beautiful home, they've had their family, in there. I'm finding that people are moving into the bungalow or a condo because that downsizing or right sizing, if we want to call it, is very, very difficult, right? So they feel that they can get rid of this much and move into that smaller size And once they have gotten there, they have found that going into a life lease or going into a retirement home or going into something even smaller is much easier to make. So I am finding that it is definitely a path, that there are several moves along the way.
All right, so what is one piece of advice for someone watching who is at this stage where they are ready to make a move? They have to downsize into something. What's that one piece of advice if they're nervous?
Start decluttering. It's the awful word to say, but start decluttering, start going through everything, start going through with your family what maybe some family members would want and that they take. And the important thing is talk to a specialist, talk to a realtor, talk to somebody who has their senior qualifications, so that you can get all the information to make that decision for yourself.
Okay, and if that somebody is you, how can people reach you?
Please give me a call. Direct line is 519-635-1276, or email is Sharilou Z. So SHARILOUZ @gmail.com.
Okay, Sharilou, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.